Hey, it's your girl Stacey, and it's time for the weekend vlog. So, today I want to address a subject that one of my followers on YouTube requested. Suzette, this is for you. She wanted me to kind of talk about older people in the workplace, 50 and above, and changing careers, like what that looks like. So, Suzette, I did some research for you. I talked to some of my HR friends, and I also went to good old Google and got some information. What I would say personally, how I would look at it if I were you, use your age to your advantage. So, not that you have to advertise how old you are, but your experience. You have a wealth of experience and knowledge that you can set yourself up really pretty in the company. So this is if you're somewhere you already are. This is before you're out looking for a new career. So where you are, if you want to, maintain your job security, these are some things you should do. But before I even get into that, let me say this. There are laws out there that protect you, and it's the Age Discrimination Act. So anyone over 40 falls under this protection. You can't be fired just because you're old, basically, is what it's saying. So as we get older in the workforce, it's good to know that we have some laws in place to protect us. So that's the first thing. They can't just get rid of you, Suzette. So I wanted to point that out. So things you can do. Focus on what you have to offer. Like I said, you have a wealth of knowledge. Set yourself up where you could be like a mentor to new employees. Go to your manager, your supervisor, and say, hey, I think it would be great if we start some kind of mentorship, or, I could be a lead person or a go-to person for the new people coming in on whatever skill. So kind of set yourself up in a place where you can be used as an asset. Don't get stuck on that, my boss is younger than me, or these new people are coming in. Flip it around on yourself. Again, going back to your experience, you may have some history in the company that is valuable. Like, why they do certain processes, why they do certain things, because you have been there to see the progression. Make sure you are open to change as well. I've noticed in my places of employment, a lot of times the older workers, they're not open to change. We're becoming a very technology savvy society, and a lot of times it's our older workers that fall by the wayside because they're not familiar with all the electronics and paperless way of doing things. So if you have to, I strongly encourage you to take advantage of any kind of trainings, or even if it's not offered through your company, take the initiative and go to a junior college or wherever and get these skills. Sign up for a seminar on, computer stuff or whatever it is that you may not be in the know in. Learning those new programs that they're offering on the computer at your job. Like this says, enrolling in a certification program or seeking credit to develop, that skill. Look at yourself as a brand. Like I said, always promote yourself. Talk about the things you do well at your job and how you can assist others. This again talks about the technology. Be open-minded to change, not just with the technology, but the new way of doing things. Don't get hung up with that. But this is how we've always done it. Be able to roll with the punches. Show that you're an innovator. Come up with new ideas yourself. And just always be prepared. And, don't give them a reason to say, well, she's older. She doesn't know how to do that. Don't let your age be a handicap for you. Now, switching gears to going out there looking for jobs. Again, it says focus on what you have to offer. Even be yourself. Don't try to make yourself look younger. Don't start dressing different, doing anything different. Be yourself, because sometimes when we try too hard to look younger, it doesn't work. You actually look a little crazy. So don't do that. Don't get hung up on the attitudes about, well, I've been here longer. My boss doesn't know what they're talking about. They're younger than me. They weren't even born. And, don't get hung up in that. delete any dates or whatever from your resume, because that will aid you. You know, and I tell the people this all the time. When I say delete dates, I'm talking about when you received your degree, when you graduated from college, or when you completed whatever program. Delete those dates. Now, of course, for your employment dates, you need to be, you know, clear on those. But I wouldn't go past 10, 15 years on your resume. But you want all the skills to be related. So be careful when you're doing that. Market yourself correctly. Listing your qualifications and experience can be intimidating. Share only the relevant ones. So that's what I'm saying. Take those stuff that doesn't really matter off. Like, you know, I was a receptionist here, but you've been in IT for the past 20 years. We don't need to know about the receptionist job. Take that off. Don't accept a position that doesn't pay you what you're worth. Sometimes I think we get desperate and we just want a job that we sell ourselves short. So if you're coming into the job with a wealth of knowledge, you've been there, you know this skill like in your sleep, ask for that and be willing to negotiate, but don't just accept to be accepting. Show the importance, like how, even though you're older in the workplace, how is that position you're applying for going to help you in your career? Like, capitalize on why you will be a good fit for that position, what you plan to do in that position, you know, and again, advertise yourself. So a little bit about the boomers, or baby boomers as they call them. These are people born from 1946 to 1964. This is where that mindset comes from and why they are the way they are. I'm going to read this little blurb to you. Boomers saw the collapse of loyalty and longevity at the workplace when the recession hit, and they were faced with layoffs and downsizing. In addition, with many of those 78 million boomers hitting the job market at the same time, competition was fierce. They became workaholics who believed that the number of hours worked was most important, even more important than productivity. Later, that work till you drop attitude made boomers question whether it was well worth it. So, and I work with people in that age bracket, and I was almost in that age bracket. I'm a few years behind, but that they worked their fingers to the bone. Their work ethic is very strong, and I think we need a little bit of that in today's generation. But the boomers aren't that flexible, so try to be more flexible if you aren't. Be comfortable with technology. They keep reinforcing that. And then you have to know how people communicate. This is the last point. People in that age bracket, they're very face-to-face people. They want to call you on the phone. I had a boss that worked on the opposite hall of me, and he would call me and say, come to my office. And I get down there, and it'd be something he could have told me on the phone. He could have emailed it to me. But I had to realize that's that generation. They need that face-to-face. So knowing that society is changing and the age group and the workplace is changing, if you are a boomer, be more open to emails. Be more open to telephone conversations. This generation now is very get it done oriented. They don't have time to stop and have a long conversation. They'll shoot your email, you deal with it, and that's how it's done. So be open to that and be flexible. I hope these tips were helpful. If I wasn't specific enough, Suzette, please let me know. It was kind of open, you know, what you wanted, but I hope I covered that. Like I said, if you need more specifics, please let me know. But the key thing is just be flexible, be open, be willing to change if you're not already. I know you may be all these things, so I'm just talking off the, top of my head. And just market yourself. Market and sell yourself with, whatever you're good at. Capitalize on that and show the organization how you can be an asset and a great fit for them. Okay? Until next time, guys. Talk to you soon. I will be coming back later today with another vlog on rude people, and I'll give you the story behind that in my next vlog. All right? Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.